Hey there. I just wanted to take some time to share a little bit about the Legacy Leaders Weekend with Cathy, Helou, and Debi Moore. As many of you know, they have been pioneers of the company, have been servant leaders for over 40 years. So they've been here from very early on when the company began and have built the most incredible legacy that probably the company has seen. And so I really wanted to share from this weekend because it was probably the most powerful weekend that I've ever been to in all of my years in Mary Kay. And so this weekend was a lot about keeping Mary Kay's legacy alive. And you know, the longer that we are without our founder, the easier it can become to get away from our founding principles. Faith first, family second, career third, the golden rule, and selling and teaching skincare in the way that Mary Kay intended to. You know, 3 or 4 women around the table in their home, sharing product, sharing this business opportunity. And, you know, I can tell you that both Cathy and Debi will tell you that's exactly how they built their business and how this company was built. And I think one of the things that you could tell they expressed a lot over the weekend was almost like the worry and concern of, we're not going to be here, so we're leaving this company in the hands of you. And so having these 2 incredible women leave really kind of puts pressure on all of us to continue building this company and continuing on with the legacy. So we had the pleasure of getting to see Cathy and Debi's National Sales Director debut. And I didn't actually realize that they debuted at the exact same time, on stage together with both of their families and with Mary Kay Ash. And so it was really neat to see them. I mean, of course, they're funny characters that they are, you know, saying their oath. They came up with like sunglasses. They were being goofy, you know, just truly being themselves. And of course, both of them had the opportunity to speak, and Mary Kay Ash had the opportunity to speak to them, and you could hear in her voice and feel in her heart that she really saw big things for both of these women. And I don't think that Cathy and Debi in that moment really knew what that was going to look like for their future. And they will tell you both now, I mean, they have changed the lives of thousands of women across the globe. And I know that they would have never, taking their National Sales Director oath, would have ever thought that they would touch so many lives. I mean, to me, they are Mary Kay to me. You know, I'm one of the people of many who never had the opportunity to meet Mary Kay Ash, to be trained by Mary Kay. And so these women who have been here so long are like my Mary Kay. You know, they were trained by her and taught by her and built this company with her. And so it was a hard weekend to be like, oh my goodness, this is it. You know, they're retiring. We're not going to get to have the opportunity to be in their space, to learn from them, to be trained from them, mentored by them. So it was incredible. And I will say, Debi's words, you know, were to be in control of your future. You know, put your blinders on, put your focus on, and be amazing that you are, and compassionate and dedicated the way that you are and can be to your business. And, you know, she said that right now we have the best product this company has ever had in its history. And the numbers don't show it because people are not holding skincare classes, and that we really have to get back to doing this. And I'll tell you personally, I have been a star consultant almost every single quarter I've been in Mary Kay for 14 years. I've earned red jacket, sales director, bonuses, cars, diamonds. And it's not because I'm so much better than anybody else. It's because I'm in the field working the business 2, 3, and 4 times more than most people. And so that's really the only difference from being a consultant to a sales director to a national sales director, is just being in the field and working the business in the way it tended to. So she asked all of us, and I'm going to ask all of you, you know, what holds you back from holding that skincare class, of, you know, sitting around the table, you know, with 3 to 4 women, you know, who have just come from a long day at work or are stressed out with their kids, and you have the opportunity to make them feel good and pamper them and love on them and, you know, make their day so much better. And I know it's one of the most rewarding things I do, because I'll meet these women who are, you know, cranky after a day, and by the time they're done, they're smiling and happy, and they're like, oh my gosh, my skin feels so good. How do I get that product on my face or in my bathroom? So what holds you back? Is it lack of support? Whether it's from your sales director, your recruiter, at home, your friends, your family, lack of support. Is it lack of belief in yourself, faith in yourself? Is it your daily discipline? You know, are you setting your 6 most important things and holding yourself accountable to the tasks that you want to achieve for yourself each day? Are you busy with life and distractions? You know, how can you manage those? I mean, we all have life, we all have distractions. There's no way of getting away from it, but it's managing those distractions. You know, how many minutes are you spending on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest? It's so easy to get sucked into those, and those are such time wasters in our day. Or is it, are you spending too much time around the wrong people? You know, I've heard this not just in the Mary Kay world, but in everywhere. The 5 people you hang around with the most. Who are those people? Are they people that lift you up? Do they make you better? Or are they people that bring you down and drain you and talk negatively? Because that can really impact your mind and your ability to do what you need to do for your family, for your business, for your career. And so be the party. I mean, that is this month's theme with the company and the necklace you can earn. You know, you plus 3, you know, that was what Debi Moore said. She built her whole business. It was a hostess plus 3 people. And she's like, if you do this 5 times in a month, that's 20 women. You know, when is the last time that you've seen 20 new faces? 8 parties in a month consistently for 6 months will put you in a red jacket and in a free car when you're working those full circle. 8 parties. That's it. 2 a week. 2 skincare classes a week with 3 to 5 women. That's it. If you did that consistently from now to June 30th, I can promise you, you will be in a different place in your business. And I think that was the biggest message that we heard this weekend, was holding parties. And 8, that was the number that just Debi threw over and over and over again, was 8 parties, 8 parties, 8 parties. Now, honestly, there is no reason somebody even working full-time with kids can't hold 8 parties in a month. I mean, that's like one, you know, bringing, you know, 3 to 5 guests to your weekly meeting. That can be a party. And doing another class any other day of the week, whether it's a weekend or a weeknight. That's it. 2 skincare classes a week. And what happens is your momentum builds, your confidence builds, money in your pocket builds. But when you're holding skincare classes, you're going to team build from those skincare classes. And then your team that you build saw you do skincare classes. So what do you think they're going to do? They're going to hold skincare classes too. And so now you created a team of women who are all holding skincare classes, who are in the field, who are growing their business, building their business. I mean, think of the powerful team you have. That's how you earn a free car in Mary Kay. She did say that right now we have more personal use consultants ever in the history of the company. And that really stems from what we're talking about with people and what we're selling. You know, are you selling to your customers? Sign up for Mary Kay to get 50% off. Or are you selling them on this amazing opportunity? An opportunity that took somebody like Cathy Helou, a high school graduate, came from a horrible home, had no confidence, was anorexic. You know, someone might look at her and not have faith or confidence. And thank goodness Debi Moore never judged her, because that woman wanted to work and wanted something better for her life and her family, and she went and created it. And we have the opportunity to give that gift and this business to someone else. Don't hold yourself short because you're scared that someone might say no, or they might be like, oh, I'm not going to do that. Because there are women out there who really, really do want this, and they don't know that we exist. You know, so don't be shy in sharing. It can change women's lives. Now, I will tell you the message that Cathy gave to us, and it was all about being stuck. You know, do you feel stuck in your current space? You know, do you feel like you are not happy with something, but you're not sure how to get out of it? And so she talked a lot about being stewards and spreading seeds. And that if we are feeling stuck in our life, we're actually not using our full potential, all of our God-given talents. And you're going to kind of stay in a place of comfort and complacency. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, living comfortably, but you're not living to your full potential. You know, do you want to, at the end of your life, do you want to sit there and say, I did everything I could to have the life that I want? Or are you going to say, well, I wish I had done this? You know, you don't want to live a life of regret. You know, she talks a lot about just, you know, don't get stuck in comfort. Not taking risks or chances keeps you in comfort. She's like, if I wouldn't have taken chances and risks, she's like, I would not be living the life I have right now. Absolutely not. She's like, the trips that I've taken around the world, the things that I've been able to offer my children, you know, the things that I've overcome because of this business that I've had, there's nothing like it out there. So, and Cathy kind of went back, and this was kind of interesting to talk about. So she, you know, was a very shy, very low self-esteem, very lack of confidence person. And so when she started her business, her goal was to just be able to make the house payment. And in the beginning, it was only a couple $100s a month. And she took her 13% recruiting check. That was how she was going to pay the bill. And so it made her sick to her stomach to think that I have to sell enough product, share with enough women, you know, offer this business to enough people to have a high enough 13% commission check that I can pay my house payment. And that was like a risk that she felt she was taking. But it pushed her to growing her business. And then when they moved into a bigger home, now all of a sudden she had a larger house payment to make. So now it was like a different risk that she had to push herself to. And so then she pushed herself to a new level in her business. And she's like, if I didn't have that push behind me, she's like, I may not have pushed myself to where I did. I mean, she broke the $2 million unit sales record in Mary Kay. Her unit did. It had never been hit. I mean, million had never been hit before, and she hit the 1.5 and then 2 million. So, you know, giving yourself something to push toward, what could that do to change your business? You know, she made $13 million in her Mary Kay career. She is retired now, and for the next 15 years, she's getting paid out the Family Security Plan, which is 100% paid for by Mary Kay. She gets a check every single month for 15 years, and that check is $32,000. And that money over the next 15 years is over $8 million, and it's in addition to the 13 she's already earned. So total in her Mary Kay career, she will have earned $21 million in her Mary Kay career. I mean, that is a wow factor. And it's because she pushed herself just a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. She took chances. She took risks. She didn't want to be stuck or complacent or feel comfort. She wanted better for her family and herself. And so that was kind of her big message, is to get out of your safety and security spot and don't be committed to a life in the comfort zone. And so the last thing that I think I will share, I know that I shared a lot of pictures on our team page, but we got to tour Cathy's house, Debi's house, and Suyuba's house, all three national sales directors. They all live right in the same area, so we just got to kind of like hop between all of them. They already were fully decorated for the holidays. Of course, they all pay people to do their decorating. I think it was said that Cathy's home took 15 hours to decorate, and Debi Moore's was even longer than that. I mean, just think of those like little things, like having someone decorate your home. Like, bring the decorations in, decorate it, and then when it's done, take them back out. You know, you don't have to take a day to decorate and undecorate, which, I mean, it is fun. Don't get me wrong. But how much fun would it be to just walk home and be like, oh, I'm decorated for Christmas, and it's just done. It's just a fun little thing, right? So we got to tour their home. So the first home we went to was Cathy Helou's, and she actually just bought a new home a couple of years ago. And it's this I call it a boutique home. It is just so decorated in this sort of like modern, rustic sort of decor, and it's very decorated. Like, she has a lot of really neat things. I actually took a picture of one of the drawer units that she had, because she had all little like sayings like printed onto it. Like, it was just all like really cutesy stuff. And her home was not big. You know, you kind of walked in, there was a living room. Her like suite was off the living room, you know, big kitchen area. She did have like an outdoor area and a pool. And then it kind of went to an upstairs, which is sort of like an upstairs suite that had 2 bedrooms and another bathroom, which is where her kids stay and her grandkids all stay. So that's kind of like their space up there. And so it was just this really cute, quaint little, I mean, it was still bigger than my house, but boutique home. Was really cool, really beautiful. And so check out the pictures for Cathy's house on my page, or on in our album. And then we had Debi Moore's house was next, and hers is definitely the wow factor home. You know, she has this beautiful big home, and it's this gorgeous entrance that you walk into, and this big staircase, and you know, the gorgeous dining room with the big table, and it's just everything about it. Her home is just beautiful and elegant and clean and modern. And so we got lots of pictures in there. We were playing with her jewelry up in her room. Of course, she put the expensive stuff away, but you know, she had some fun stuff out. And then she has a whole closet dedicated to all of her gowns. So every single seminar, leadership, whatever gown, she had a whole closet dedicated to that. So we were playing around in there and looking at all her dresses. It was just fun. And then the last home we went to was Sue Hubel, who is an offspring national of Cathy Helou. She has 3 more years to retire, and she's going to be kind of taking us on, which is pretty cool. We will be going to her refuel event coming up in January, so I invite everybody to attend. It is open to all consultants in our unit, so definitely do not delay in being a part of that. It is going to be January 25th. It's a Saturday from 9 to 3. So in Charlotte, North Carolina. So for those of you who are already in Charlotte, I'm expecting to see all of you there. Those of you who are close, I hope you make the drive. And even if you're farther away, I hope you come too. We'd love to have our whole unit together for this event. So then her home, so she's a newer national, and she is definitely a woman of God, and her home is very quaint. It's just her and her husband. Her kids are all, you know, out of the house, married with kids. So, and you know, we walked in, of course, her home is decorated beautifully too. And her husband was playing on their grand piano, and she had little candy and cookies out for us. It was fun. And so you'll see pictures of her home there as well. I absolutely fell in love with her mantle. Her fireplace and her mantle. I actually took a picture, and it's on my Pinterest board. So for my dream home, it was so beautiful. The way even it was decorated for Christmas was just so pretty. It was so pretty. So yeah, so that was really fun. It was cool to kind of have the opportunity to tour their homes. So I'll kind of leave you with some last fun things. I know I shared with you that Cathy has made $13 million in her Mary Kay career. Is getting paid, you know, $32,000 over the next 15 years every month. And Debi, she's not quite retired yet. She'll be retired in January, but she has so far made $9 million in her Mary Kay career, and is expected to get a $4 million payout when she retires, which averages something about $22,000 a month for the next 15 years. So, I mean, some women don't even make $22,000 a year, and her retirement paid 100% by Mary Kay. It's $22,000 a month. Like, that's just amazing that Mary Kay does this for our national sales directors. And so I dare you, double dog dare you to hold 8 parties with me from November to June. And I want to see what difference this makes in your business and in your life. I mean, can you even imagine? Some of you might be sales directors by then. Some of you might have free cars by then. Or even maybe you might even be a sales director with a pink Cadillac by then. There's no telling what 8 parties over the next 8 months will do for your business. And we can continue on the legacy that Cathy and Debi have built alongside with Mary Kay over the last 40 years. And so, you know, it takes one spark to light a forest fire. And so many people walk away when they have that one little challenge. And I just want you to think, Whose dream are you crushing when you decide to quit, or to not do your business one day, or to not share with somebody? You can be the spark that turns your business around and turns this company around, so that in 5 years from now, we can say, there was a time when we had a lot of personal use consultants and women were not in the field holding parties, but now everybody's out there doing this business and building dreams, and we'll have more women earning pink Cadillacs than ever before, more women stepping up into sales directors and national sales director positions. Wouldn't Mary Cash be just applauding us all over the place up there in heaven if she saw that? So I challenge you alongside with me to do 8 parties. 8 parties a month. Are you with me? All right, ladies. Well, I hope you enjoyed me sharing all of that I had to share. I know this got to be about 20 minutes, but it's definitely worth everything. I tried to jam pack as much as I could in those 20 minutes, but it was the most incredible weekend. And I'm sorry that none of you got to be there with me. But I look forward to more opportunities for events like this in the future that you get to be there with me. So have a great day and a great weekend, and you know how to find me. I'm here if you need anything.